home of your Tallassee Tigers. So far, it's been what everybody's thought it would be. It's been a hard-fought game. There's been a little jitters, and there's been a little bit of tempers, but you know, it's been a good game. It's been a well-fought, well-played game on both sides. They have been lost their cool a few times, but the offensive have played well, and the defenses have played well. At times, they've had some let-ups and some let some big plays occur, but I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, Michael asked a question in the second quarter right there. Would it live up to the hype? And he said yes, and I'm going to have to agree with him. Going in at halftime, 14-13, and one of your biggest rival games that hadn't been played in 17 years, if you would have scripted it, I don't know if you could have scripted it any better as far as a fan. You know, of course, I know the fans on Tallassee side would like to be up 14-0, and Reeltown like to be up 14-0, but if you want a good ball game, a hard-fought game, you've gotten what you paid for.
That's
tonight.
right. That's right. I mean, you would love to have a blowout, but gosh, I mean, when you have a back and forth like you've got it here tonight, and you've got you're seeing good athletes on this field on both sides also. So having fun, and of course you got to go with the typical cliches. We got to come out the second half, and we've got to set the tone, but you know, you got to make the adjustments here. That's what you got to make, because you're seeing an offense that you haven't seen in a long time in the Wishbone, and you're seeing it executed well with big players, and that's where the defense has really got to make the adjustments to contain that.
Yeah, watching this Wishbone, I'm having flashbacks to 1988 when I was a senior, and watching Keith Tuck and Alfred Rivers line up in the backfield in the Wishbone, and Jerome, and so I'm kind of having flashbacks there. I thought we was going all the way back to the 80s, but you know, it is kind of fun to see the Wishbone again, and so Coach Johnson and them, they're running it. But you know, you brought up a good point a while ago, Oz, about you kind of got to tell the two different sides of the coin. We started off, both offenses were on fire, up and down the field. You know, Xavier Carr had a big game going. And their number 11, their young man, let me get to his name, Brooks, right there. He was having a huge game in that first quarter. And then all of a sudden, the defenses started, what you said a while ago, making some adjustments. You know, they were getting over there on the sidelines, and they were making some adjustments. And that's why you saw Reeltown and Coach Johnson go to the Wishbone, because we began to stop the offense that they initially came out in. And so they made their offensive adjustments. And then there in the second quarter, we were having to catch up to make our defensive adjustments back to the Wishbone. And so, but it's been a good, fun game. I want to see the tempers kind of calm down a little bit and be a little bit cleaner second half without the penalties. And so what are you thinking about the second half right here, Oz?
You know, I'd like to see us come out, maybe throw some short passes to soften up that defense. We see we can run. We're having to pop outside, but I want to soften up that defense a little bit more on the outside, spread them out, and then hit some deep stuff, because we've seen we can hit the deep stuff. We just haven't been able to. One was overthrown. One was a penalty. They were both wide open.
And it was the same play both times.
Exactly.
It was the exact same play, and it was Jadalyn Daniels basically running, coming out of the backfield, and it was almost like it was a fullback dive type play, but then he broke kind of loose up the middle, and we had it open both times. I mean, the first time we just flat overthrew him, and then the second time he actually caught it for a touchdown, but we had a penalty on the play.
That's right.
And so, you know, twice we had that ready to go. And
well, this has been the Parker Tire and Service Center halftime report. We'll be right back with the
Pride of Tallassee.
Pride of Tallassee. Thank y'all for listening.
And Mr. Chet Stewart, principal of Tallassee High School. We proudly present the Tallassee High School Marching Band. Under the field command of Mr. Anna Garnett and Director of Band, Mr. Robert Glascott. Our show tonight features the music of Demi Lovato, Cyndi Lauper, Beyonce, and Whitney Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of Tallassee.
Yeah. Would you turn down that and turn you up? I can't hear you. Okay. Okay. Where's Georgie? Left side.
I didn't realize lifting major and stuff until my daughter came on, and unfortunately put them full grown straight.
It's better you than me. I'm glad Haley gave me that after I heard how much you got to spend on getting everything they had to have.
Man, they work it. They used to have Nikki Wilson girls to death. I mean, they all love her and they respect her, but she is hard on them girls.
But you see the results of the kids.
My thing is, all six of those girls are seniors, so they got to replace all of them next year.
And I got to be made president this year.
That's unusual to have six of them,
Oh, yeah.
and all of them are seniors.
Yeah.
Quick passes around. So.
You know, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about before we got cut off because Tallassee got the same way is I wanted to see if us open up the offense since, you know, Tyler played all last year and it was really good part of the offense. Let him spend the ball. Because at some point in time during the season, if we get to play that way back, we can lead some kids.
But, I mean, you've got these. You got Marciano right down.
Listening to some of the sounds of the Pride of Tallassee. We just heard the Rebel Pride from Reeltown. Here are the young men and ladies of the Tallassee Marching Band.
She got off. His last concert, Scheme, both over there. And I couldn't tell if it was the echo, but they weren't even
Here are the Pride of Tallassee members here coming off the field. A great performance once again under the direction of Robbie Glasscock. And again, both bands put on good shows tonight, as we would expect here in their first performances of the season. Looking forward to much more of that throughout 2020. Let's give you the Segrist Law Student Athlete of the Week. This week, for week number 1, it is Mason Bell. Mason is the son of Mark and Wendy Bell. He's number 41 on the field, plays inside linebacker. He's played football since he was 7 years old, and he's been on the varsity team for now 4 years. Mason also participates in wrestling and track. He's been a wrestler since he was 10 and started on the varsity since the 8th grade. Mason is a 5-time state qualifier. He began in track in the 7th grade and started varsity in the 9th grade. He competes in the 4x1, the 110-meter hurdles, as well as the 100-meter dash. And he's qualified for state twice in the 110 hurdles and the 4x1 relay. And all he's qualified for high school state events 7 times. After high school, Mason plans on attending the United States Merchant Marine Academy. His dream job is driving ships around the world. In his spare time, Mason enjoys being outdoors, riding ATVs, hanging out with his brothers, and playing other sports. Mason is a second-degree black belt, kind of like Philip over here to my right, in Taekwondo, and he knows how to run heavy equipment. He's taken all advanced courses, including dual enrollment, while at Tallassee maintaining a GPA of 3.88. Mason Bell, this week's Segrist Law Student Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I watched Mason Bell this summer run some heavy equipment across from my house over there.
Oh, yeah?
For his dad, yeah, they were doing a job. And congratulations, Mason Bell. And, you know, I've known Mason Bell for a good while because he was in the youth wrestling program when I was one of the coaches. And I always loved that young man. He's always had a great spirit and a good attitude and a hard work ethic. And so congratulations on Student Athlete of the Week. That's good.
And we look forward to that every week, all season. It's certainly something to make, accomplishments and accolades for these guys and their work in the classroom. And thanks to Segrist Law for sponsoring it as well, obviously. And
certainly. And
Catherine Davis, the guidance counselor at school, for getting us the material. She compiles all the information each week throughout the year, and we appreciate that too.
Yeah, I want to reiterate about the bands, man. Usually on the first night they might have some jitters, kind of like the football teams, but they did a really good job tonight. Both bands, Reeltown's band, Tallassee's band, they, and y'all might have heard us talking, but these kids put in a lot of work. These band people do. I know your daughter's in the band, my daughter's in the band, and my goodness, the number of hours they spend out there practicing, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't. It's
about like a football team.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it.
They're out there a lot.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't want to do it. Too hot.
Well, they, certainly didn't let us down as always. Yeah. We appreciate their work, and we look forward to that as well. As we're just getting underway here. Again, halftime here in Tallassee, 14-13. Tallassee leads Reeltown. And we'll take another break. When we come back, the second half coming your way. This has been the Parker Tire and Service Center halftime report.
Spinning right beside us.
Right now, south looks going past Montgomery. It's not. We're going to get out of this hopefully without hitting it.
I hope so.
Philip, when I was in band, Miss Wright would always talk about it's pretty good for our first game, thing. And I never realized it until you're out of band and you hear it. That was a really good first game. Because it only gets better from here.
Yeah. Well, and those kids are nervous as they can be.
Oh, yeah. Disappointed they didn't have an electric guitar.
They sure did.
They look down like double in size.
They didn't bring any of the
Hey, you you got any scores? Can you look, see if you can find some scores?
Yeah, they're half the size they usually are. Yep.
It looked like to me that the band was a little bit smaller this year. They sounded good, though. I thought it sounded really good. Of course, I went watch practice the other day, band practice. That's the reason I know how hard they work. I'll filter over there every now and then and watch them practice. They put the cool kids through a lot of that.
Well, they can be cheap.
Yeah. (14-13) halftime. Tallassee on top of Reeltown. A missed extra point, the difference in this one. Reeltown will get the ball to start the second half of play. We have some other games going on around us. I do want to say a shout out to Les Peralta, a good friend down at Ozark. They're our final opponent of the year, Carroll. He does play-by-play for them, and he's watching us tonight. So I appreciate him checking it out on YouTube through Tallassee Times TV.
All these people giving us these shout-outs. That's pretty good.
That's right. We appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of texts tonight. I'm trying to respond when I get a chance, but we appreciate you listening. Y'all keep them coming in. We'll try to keep up with you throughout the evening. As far as other games going on, the one we're getting the most reports on is the game at Crampton Bowl. It's Catholic and Pike Road, 22-19, the last score we had. That was right before halftime, and Graham Dunn is at Crampton Bowl tonight. Of course, does the River Region Sports Daily here on WTLS. He'll have all the information on the games tonight, tomorrow at lunch, noon to 12, noon to 2. So, did you find any more, Jacoby? There's a couple more games in Montgomery. We'll try to get those to you.
Have we heard? Isn't Hoover and Phoenix City playing tonight, or is that tomorrow night?
Yeah, the Hoover Phoenix City Central game is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I thought it was today. Okay. I was wondering how that one was coming out. That'll be an interesting game to follow tomorrow evening, Hoover and Central. Since it was a game that was not originally scheduled.
Yeah. Think about it. You're getting ready for the season, and your opponent drops off, like 2 or 3 days before the game's going to start. Hey, would you mind playing Hoover, or would you mind playing Central Phoenix City? Well, those two teams aren't shying away from anybody, obviously,
No.
even if it's on the caliber that they're on. They're the only two teams that probably wouldn't. So Trinity leads Alabama Christian. They're at halftime, 17-7. Another game in Montgomery tonight. JD and Lanier are playing over at Alabama State in your old stomping grounds, Jacoby. Maybe you can find that one, too. I know they're playing. Hello to Chuck Jeter, listening in Afghanistan.
No way.
6:01 in the morning, Friday.
6:01 in the morning.
Thank you, Pat, for sending that in. Yeah, we're getting some far-reaching signal tonight, aren't we?
So we've had United Kingdom. We've had Afghanistan.
Colorado. Tennessee. Several from around here, obviously, right?
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
It is.
And you don't realize when you're sitting here doing this broadcast, you're reaching people all the way over in Afghanistan. I mean, that's pretty cool when you think about it. Modern technology, Michael, modern technology.
Yes. Sometimes it works.
Absolutely, and sometimes not so well. But we try anyway, right?
Yes, Stephen, I know you kind of went through the stats. What are the totals at halftime? I'm curious to see how close we are between the two in total yardage on offense for Tallassee and Reeltown.
Let me get connected back up.
Oh, darn, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, you're fine.
Now, maybe you can remember.
No.
He says not today. That would be tomorrow.
Sorry, it goes ahead and uploads them, so
Yeah.
I get off the internet.
That's
Let me
fine.
get connected back. We'll get this thing going.
I got to think it's pretty even.
It is.
Yeah.
I think so. We might have a touch more in rushing yards, but they're going to have more passing.
And that's right. Rushing is Tallassee 149, Reeltown 104. Receiving, Tallassee 17, Reeltown 53. And both of those were only on 2 completions for both teams.
So what's your total yards? It's got to be almost dead even.
Total yards, you got Reeltown 157, Tallassee 166.
9 yards difference. Thought it was pretty close.
That's a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, and it is a good ball game. By 1 point, Tallassee has the lead, but Real 10 will get it to start this second half as both teams are back on the field and ready to go.
I got to put my CNI glasses back on, Michael, so I can see here.
Next week, just to kind of get ready for that, on Friday we'll be headed to Wetumpka. Tallassee will play another team that they hadn't played in 17 years.
Are we going to be in the new stadium?
No.
That doesn't look likely at this point from what we're hearing. Yeah, we thought we were going to open up their new stadium, but they have yet to get some things finalized, so it might just be that we're playing at old Hohenberg Field like years past.
Well, that breaks my heart. I wanted to go to the new stadium.
Yeah,
Really,
well,
the new they've progressed really well, but they don't even have a parking lot.
Yeah, well, we park over the baseball complex,
yeah.
so we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get some different news later this week, but next week we'll see. All right, Tallassee to kick off. It is going to be Clay Johnson teeing it up on the 40. Getting the whistle from the official. And kicking a squibber that's going to hit. Roll down inside the 25, down to about the 20-yard line. To be picked up by Haynes. He's going to cut back 25 out to the 30, 33-yard line. Marcus Haynes with a nice return out again to the 33. That's where Reeltown has it 1st and 10.
I'll be interested to see what they come out in the second half. Do they continue running the wishbone?
You know, one thing we talked about is depth, and this is where we'll see if it pays off for one or the other in the second half. Tallassee has more players on its roster, although Reeltown's got some guys listed that are even 8th graders, but who's going to have the most depth of guys that are playing on the game tonight? A lot of guys going both ways for both teams, so we'll see how that goes as we get into this second half of action. Bryant at quarterback. Wishbone set. Handoff. Nothing there. Swallowed whole down at the 33. No gain by Brown.
Yeah, one Micah Cole was in on that stop, number 75, big defensive tackle for Tallassee right there. Also, number 5 for Tallassee was in on that stop, Jordan May. And looks like we might have made a little adjustment to the wishbone in the halftime. So let's see if that adjustment continues to work.
And they go to the eye.
They go back to the eye.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Bryant wants to throw and delivers a pass complete to Brown out to about the 45-yard line. And it's going to be, it looks like enough for a Reeltown first down.
Yeah, just well-executed play. Duke Washington was in on the stop on that play, and he had good coverage right there, but he just kind of basically did an out route. And
they spot at the 44. It looks to be a little bit shy of the marker.
3rd and short.
Yeah, it looks like he's about a half yard short. I tell you, their passing game is looking really good. We're probably going to see some more of that halftime.
Yeah, he throws the ball well, does Bryant. First time we've seen him, of course, his first start at the quarterback position after the departure of Iverson Hooks to Pike Road, and he will take it himself on the quarterback sneak and get the first down to the 45.
1 yard gain.
Yeah, that's the second time we've witnessed the quarterback sneak tonight.
1st and 10. Reeltown came in tonight ranked number 9 in Class 3A in the first poll of the season. First time ever in the 3A poll. It's his first time playing 3A football. Tallassee was unranked, but they were the next in line getting points. If you went past the 10th mark, I guess they'd be number 11 in 5A. I formation, 1st and 10 from Reeltown's 45. Toss it left side. Here's Brooks getting pursuit from Tallassee. Cuts back, but a nice play by Mason Bell to tackle him before he could get away.
Yeah, that was a good play by Mason Bell because they were rolling to the left right here, and Brooks actually cut back and was going to cut back across the grain and go back to the wide side of the field, and Mason Bell was standing there waiting on him. Good play to stay at home by Mason Bell and sniff that play out.
It is 2nd and 10 from the 45.
For no gain.
Extra time in the huddle for the Rebels. They break it with about 15 on the play clock now. Single setback. Brooks. Quick swing pass out of the lane. Backfield caught by Brown. 50-yard line. cuts back inside the 45. He's got another Reeltown first down to the Tigers' 44-yard line.
Tackle right there made by Jalen Daniels, Tallassee, and they just did a swing pass, Michael. He had good blocking out in front of him. Jalen made a really good play on that to stop him where he did. He had a good head of steam going.
Another first down for Reeltown. Under 10 minutes remaining in this third period. Opening drive of the second half for the Rebels. I formation again for Bryant. Under center, he will take a three-step drop, look to pass. Pressure coming from the backside. The linebackers come through, and actually it was a blitz from Goff who tackled him for a loss, a sack back to the 45.
You know, sometimes you just have to dial up a blitz, and that one was dialed up at the perfect time right there. And you're right, got about a 2-yard loss, 3-yard loss right here on the play, so now it's second down and a lone 12 is what it looks like.
In the eye again. Misdirection give. Brooks got some room with that one inside the 40 to the 37 of the Tigers. He picked up 8. So since it was 2nd and 12, it'll be 3rd and 4 now.
I mean, that was just an old power play right there, Michael. He just lined up in the eye, and they handed it off to him off tackle. And he got behind that big offensive line. They had an unbalanced offensive line to the right over there. And he just got behind them and plowed right on downhill.
What are all these people wearing masks for?
Huh?
I'm just messing with you. Can you imagine if you were like in a time warp and you didn't know what had happened this year and you came in tonight and saw this? You'd like, what's up with all these masks? Handoff, left side, nothing there this time on the run, which will bring up 4th down.
Our defensive line did a better job on that play, Michael, establishing the line of scrimmage.
They brought Hughley up, Zach Collins running behind him, and first time he's run the ball tonight, he failed the gain, actually lost a yard. 4th down at about 5 or 6, but the Rebels will be going for it at the 38 of Tallassee.
Well, you know, in the play before Brooks, their offensive line just blew us off the line, and that time we played on their side, the offensive line, and you see the difference. And so it's a big, huge 4th down right here in the early parts of the third quarter.
Big play right here in this game.
They've got an unbalanced line again.
In an eye. Play action, pressure coming, and down goes Bryant. Back in Reeltown, beyond the 50 in their own territory.
All the way back to the 48, it looks like, Michael.
That's twice tonight they've gone for it on 4th down, and they've gotten to Bryant on a big sack.
We just sent more of the naked block. We sold out and we blitzed, and it paid off. That's twice it's paid off for us.
Huge play for Tallassee as they retain the 1-point lead and get the ball now with great field position on the Reeltown side of the field, the 48-yard line of the Rebels.
That flipped the field. I mean, that play right there for us on defense flipped the field.
Now we got to make something happen here on offense.
We're coming out.
Wildcat with Marciano at quarterback. He will run. He will be hit at the line of scrimmage and gain nothing. 2nd down, 10 to go.
That's the same play we ran a lot last year with Truck Griffin, that Wildcat package. And you can tell that play has been scouted well by the Reeltown defense. They knew what was coming.
Notre Dame box. We started the game in this formation. Drove down the field for a score. Coming back to it here to start the second half. And it's a little misdirection handoff. Marciano broke a tackle. He's in the open field. Nice cut back at the 30. He's to the 20, the 10, and a touchdown. Marciano Smith, look at him run. Turned on the Jets that time.
If he ever gets a step, it's hard to catch him. He's lightning quick. Good run.
You see him split those guys?
In the open field, just the change of direction at full speed.
Hey, without a shoe on too, guys.
Just imagine how fast he would have been if he had a shoe on.
Can't imagine he'd been much faster than that. Tallassee goes up 20-13. They can make it an 8-point game. And that's the difference in Reeltown not being able to convert on the fourth down, and Tallassee with a big play shortly thereafter. Now, chance to make it 8 with the extra point try coming from Johnson. Goff places it down. The kick is up, and it's good. So Johnson, perfect 3 for 3 tonight on PATs. The Tigers lead at 21-13 with 6:17 remaining in this third quarter. Tallassee Tigers football from 1300 WTLS and 106.5 FM.
That was huge.
Really.
Is Clay Johnson the young man that kicked last year?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No, he did.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Is it?
He's just gotten a little bit stronger. I thought it was the same young man. We must be doing a heat timeout right here.
Must be.
Yeah, we got a heat timeout going.
They noticed it was
they take them sometimes.
a little more humid too.
I'm telling you, it feels hotter up here right now than it did earlier.
I think the wind just stopped because we
think
had
it's
a little bit of a breeze earlier.
You can't remember to tell me, can you, Jacoby? And I can't remember to do it.
5 FM.
Whoops. Yeah. Let's give a few shout-outs to some folks who are listening and watching tonight. The Thornhills up in Clanton. From Beth Thornhill, she says she doesn't know who's more excited, her to watch her team. She's a former Tallassee Tiger. You know, she went to school here at Tallassee, graduated here, or her husband, who is not, but he's just happy to watch some live football tonight. Hello to the Thornhills.
Absolutely.
Also, the Scarboroughs, Virginia, Kate, and Tillman. Glad y'all are watching. And many more who've sent in messages tonight for the broadcast. Ben Taylor has a score report. This one's for you, Philip. Santuck 7 and Flea Hop 6.
That's what I'm talking about.
7-6, a close one there in the second half. I actually have a real score. Just got an update that Catholic has taken a 27-22 lead into the half in that game with Pike Road at Crampton Bowl tonight.
So they fought back. They've been trailing most of the ball game. So
yeah.
Is Booger Holler playing tonight?
Hey, now don't be talking about Booger Hollow. That's where my peeps are from.
I said Booger Holler, not Hollow.
That's where my peeps is from up there. There is a place called Booger Hollow up north
I
of
know.
Dable.
Ain't that what Loretta Lynn sang about?
Yeah, that's where my daddy's people are from.
Clay Johnson
All
to
right.
kick. Hits it the other way this time. It's going to be struggle. Trying to pick it up is Hughley.
Oh, my goodness.
Got away from one, got a penalty flag as he'll make it out to the 25, but it's going to be backed up some.
I know I saw that way up here, but I didn't know if the referee was going to see it.
Yeah, he got him that time. It's coming back. 15.
Yeah, got a couple of pieces of laundry on the field.
The old handkerchief is on the field.
6:06 remaining in the third quarter, 21-13. Tallassee, a big score from Marciano Smith on a long run. His first touchdown of the night. Xavion Carr with the other touchdowns for Tallassee.
Indication illegal use of the hands against the Rebels.
And they will back him up after the block in the back.
First down 10 for the Rebels after 9.
Yeah, that one was pretty blatant.
And this is going to be tough for Reeltown. Well, they've had a couple of things go against them here. The miss on fourth down, the big run to follow by Tallassee, and now a penalty on a kickoff return has them deep in their own territory, their own 9-yard line.
This is where, as our defense, we got to capitalize on having them backed up. Don't let them get out deep in their territory.
Going tight with a wishbone set.
Had to jump.
They sure did.
There is a flag.
Going to back them up a little bit more.
Dead ball foul. Illegal
This might be where some of, when you were talking about earlier, Michael, that depth, their line might be getting a little bit tired right here.
Rebels
And that's when you start making mental mistakes.
Remains first down.
Half the distance to their own goal line. first and about 15. That'd be 14 based on the half that's moved. Here's a handoff right side. Brooks got through a couple of would-be tacklers. He'll cross the 10 and get out to near the 13. Pretty good gain on first down.
I'm telling you, number 11 Brooks for them. Not one guy's going to bring him down very many times.
He's tough.
He's a tough kid. He is certainly a tough young man. Very impressed with Brooks from Reeltown.
If it hadn't been for the penalty, he'd be pretty close to a first down, but you know, had to tack that 5 on, so instead of second and a couple, it's second and about 7 or 8. Now at the 13. Same formation. Hand off this time to Johnny Brown. Johnny's out across the 20. He's got that first down. 22-yard line. They're just down a score, you know, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Reeltown's offensive line is creating some mismatches on our defensive line, and they're creating some pretty good holes for those running backs to run through.
First and 10. Handoff. Here's Brown again. Got some room left side. Looking for a block. He gets around Daniels, who stepped out of bounds. Boy, could have been a lot more if he could have kept tight roping it. He went out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, if he didn't step out there, right there, Michael, all he had was green grass and opportunity in front of him.
It's another first down, though, for the Rebels. Closing in to midfield, just 5 yards shy of the midfield stripe.
They found something over there. Looks like they're leaning on that a little bit. See what we do now with the short side of the field over there.
Yeah, they're basically isolating our cornerback over here. They're sealing off the defensive end and isolating over here on the cornerback and hoping the wide receiver can get a good block on him. And that time he did.
Wishbone formation, first and 10 from the 45 of Reeltown. It is Brown again. He's hit hard by a Tallassee Tigers sandwich there as he got to the 50-yard line into Tiger territory at 49. Jalen Daniels is on one side of it.
Correction, 5-yard gain. He's second down 5.
Michael Moore and a couple others there on the other.
Stop made by number 7.
Picked up about 4 yards.
Also in on the stop, number 32, Will Smith. Second down 5 for the Rebels. That's a Tiger 49.
Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter of play. Wishbone. Handoff right side. It's going to be another first down run. Inside the Tigers 40 to the 39. That was Hughley.
Hughley on a good hard run. Number 6 just off basically just a power play. I know they was running the Wishbone, but just got in behind his offensive line right there off a right tackle. Good hard run. Following his blockers like you're supposed to if you're running in the bone. And good stop by Mason Bell, number 41. That saved a lot more.
First and 10 from the Tigers, 39. And Wishbone set, coming back at you again with a right side run by Hughley. Hit this time by Bell. And he will not gain anything on that one. Second down 10.
Yeah, Mason Bell read his keys on that one right there like you're supposed to. You have to be a really disciplined defensive player to play against a Wishbone because you got a lot of keys you got to read, most especially as a linebacker. And he read his keys well on that play right there and stopped him for no gain.
Bryant back under center, second and 10. Handoff left side. Brown got back outside again. Around the corner, 30, 25 down to the Tigers 22. A flag in the backfield though.
I saw that hole, Michael, but I didn't know if they was going to call it. It was over here. They basically turned our defensive tackle all the way around. So.
Boy, they were in business right there, too.
Yes,
that's going to be backed up on their side of the field, Reeltown.
I know the Reeltown faithful over here don't like that call, but it's actually a good call, and I'm not being the homer on that play because basically their offensive guard turned our guy all the way around. He had him by the jersey, so it was a pretty easy call from this standpoint.
The indication holding against the Rebels. They're sets 10 yards from the spot on the foul.
Step it off to the 48 of Reeltown.
Remaining second down.
So if you really kind of break that down, it's about a 29-yard penalty. They would have been at the 23 of the Tigers. Second down and forever. And then a bobble in the backfield and going to be stuffed back at about the 40-yard line. Bryant and Brooks ran into each other, causing more insult on top of injury. It'll be third down.
And a lot.
And let me get my calculator out here.
Third down in a bunch. They lost about another 7 or 8 on that play.
I'm counting up about 32 yards.
He just moved it back up some.
Third down for the Rebels.
All right. So they lost about 5 on the play after they moved it back up.
Yeah, about 30 to go still. Third down. It's one of these where you air it out, hope for a big play or maybe a penalty.
Fumble.
And one of the Bryant had to just pick it up and take it himself. They're going to have to just punt it.
Number 1 Bryant, football carrier.
Get out of this possession. It was a rough go of it on that one after the penalty. Fourth down and long, and the Rebels will be punting.
Smith and number 25, Luke Burnett.
Yeah, if you coach Johnson, you really don't have a choice right here. You're down 8 points. Minute left to go in the third period. You certainly don't want to give them another short field right here.
We mentioned Coach Dwayne Webster here tonight, who coached both at Reeltown and Tallassee. Had a Hall of Fame career for his work primarily at Reeltown. And you mentioned, Jared Jones is here. He's a former head coach, played in this game and coached in it. There's a lot of folks here tonight that ties this game in so many ways. Punt for Bryant. Fair catch made for by Daniels at his own 24. Bryant's a pretty good punter.
Yes, he is.
He can throw it and he can punt it. He can kick it. He can win one of those punt, pass, kick things,
Yeah.
right?
How often do you see a quarterback punt? In high school, probably a lot.
It happens. You remember one that used to do it in the pros?
No.
Oh, here's a good one for you. Danny White.
Oh.
You remember Danny White would punt
Danny
and
White.
play
Played with the
quarterback for the
quarterback and
Cowboys?
punted? All
Yeah,
right.
he did some.
Steve Spurrier did a little kicking when he was at Florida.
He did against Auburn one year, didn't he?
Yes, he
They
did.
won him the Heisman Trophy.
I think it did. Thanks.
Tigers with a 21-13 lead. This is a big drive, especially for Reeltown. They need to get a stop. And it's Marciano on first down. He won't get much, a couple of yards out to the 27-yard line. He last time touched it, took it to the house. Second down and 8, under 30 seconds. This might be the final play of this third quarter.
And they basically ran the same play that he just scored on, except they defend a little bit better that go around.
Tallassee does not have to snap it, and I don't think they will. They'll run it on out and head on to the fourth. 12 minutes of football remain in this one. It's Tallassee 21, Reeltown 13.
That concludes the third quarter of play.
Some kids beginning to cramp up a little bit.
Hey, I'm all jacked up, man. Don't even come for me for stats.
We're having computer issues down here on the other end. Hey, my computer's working pretty good. Look, old school. 2 sheets of paper.
That's it.
We're working on it. 21-13. It's been a great game tonight. Tallassee has the football and the lead. A 2nd and 10 coming up as we get ready to start this final period of play. After halftime, we're pretty even with the stats, and I got to think we're pretty close still, but Tallassee might have eked out in front a little bit more there after the big run by Marciano. Reeltown's drive foiled on a fourth down play that cost them. Then they had another opportunity, got deep in the territory before a penalty pushed them back. So they need a stop now to try to get the football back and maybe even things up. Down by 8.
Second down 7 for the Tigers.
Straight to Marciano, right side. He spins around, tries to get out to the 30. That's about where they took him down. It will bring up third down. And he needs to get to near the 34, so we're looking about 4 yards to go to get that first down.
Notre Dame box has been working most of the night, so, we're sticking to what's been working. I'd like to see a first down pickup right here, though, and eat up a little bit more of this clock and continue to lean on their defensive line a little bit. See if we can't break another long run.
Ellis is back in the game. They want to look to throw. He fakes the throw, keeps it himself, got the first down, puts his head down, goes out across the 30 to 35. A big run by Tyler Ellis.
Now, I'm going to tell you that was sweet right there because Tyler had Duke streaking down the sideline over here on the left sideline. He was semi-covered, but Tyler seen the defensive line coming at him, and he faked like he was going to throw it, and the guy jumped up in the air, and then he cut, and he tucked it and cut back inside and picked up the first down. Good headsy play by Tyler Ellis. Good job.
Tallassee keeps the football with 11 minutes left in the football game and leading 21-13. Back in the Notre Dame box, it is Marciano running student body right. He will be taken down at the 40-yard line. He might have gotten one.
Yeah, they covered that one up pretty good.
That was a good play. Logan Lee on the play. Coming up to make the tackle on Marciano. Had to go a long way to get to him.
Yeah, beginning to see a few guys cramp up a little bit. The humidity is beginning to get to them a little bit. It's not really, as far as temperature-wise, that bad out here. But it is kind of humid, even up here in the press box. So
yeah, one of the players injured right now, I think, is Lee, who made the tackle on the last play. They're going to look at him. He's going to hobble off. And we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, we had a young man on our side cramping up a little bit too, and I think that's what's wrong with Logan right here. It looks like he's cramping up a little bit, maybe in his calf.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's what it is.
Well, we don't want no young man.
See him have to work with that a little bit. Try to get through.
Yeah, we wish Logan Lee well right there.
Here's Avion. He's been kind of silent since his first 2 touchdowns. Hasn't seen much of him. Runs a little end-around handoff and picks up only about 3. So we are now with a 3rd and 7 again. We had another third down play a moment ago. And the Tigers with their own 43-yard line. Let's see what they do. They bring Ellis back on. Let's see if they try to run a pass-type play. He rolled out and ran it for the first down last time. Ellis in shotgun. Looking to pass. Throws to Goff. Made the catch. He's got to get by a couple of tacklers. He will not. Stopped at the line. 4th down, and Tallassee will have to bring in the punting team. Big stop for Reeltown. They'll get the football back with under 10 minutes left in the game. Danfro coming on the punt.
Reeltown read that play well. Our blocking broke down a little bit over here on this side.
Haynes and Brown back deep. Let's see if they get an opportunity. Dantro, end over end job. Brown picks it up on the hop at the 12, 15, 20, and down he goes. Nice play by Moore. That's Michael Moore on the play for the Tigers. Brown's still down. And there's a flag as well.
Yeah, I think we're having some more cramping issues again, Michael. That's what it looks like.
8:45 on the clock. With the injury on the field, we'll take a timeout.
I think that's probably going against him, guys.
Brooks on first down is hit down in the backfield. Smith and Bell back there. Lost about a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 11. Reeltown deep in their own territory here after a penalty on the punt return. So they're back at their own 9-yard line. And, you know, this is what you see what you're made of right here. This is the end of the game, getting into the final crucial minutes. 8 minutes left in the football game, down a score and a 2-point conversion. 21-13 Tallassee. Long field ahead of them, though. Fake and throw, tight end, first down. Nice play design there. Complete out to Haynes, who has a touchdown catch tonight as well. And that got him some breathing room out to the 29-yard line. First and 10.
That was a good read by their quarterback right there, Gabe, and just hit the tight end. That's all he did, you know, and caught a snapping right there on that play. I would suspect we're going to see a little bit more passing in this series of downs for Reeltown since they're down 8 with 7 minutes to go.
Bryant hands off left side, nothing there. Right up the middle they go with Zy Collins. He found no room. Failed the gain, second and 10.
Fails the game. Stop made by number 5, George May. Correction, there is a 2-yard gain, so it's second down and 8.
Remember, after the game, the Community Home Health and Hospice post-game will have Coach Mike Battles. And after that, we've got the scoreboard show tonight, presented by City Collision. 7 minutes to go. Bryant wants to throw. And it's too high. Boy, they had good coverage out there. He's trying to hook up with Will Brooks. And might have been lucky just not to have that one catchable by anybody. There's 3 Tallassee guys around it.
That's one that the coaches are standing over here. Ooh, don't let that go. But they let it go anyway. We had more yellow and white jerseys than they had gray jerseys around that ball.
You at least got to hand it to him. He put it where nobody could get it.
But
if it wasn't his good, nobody else could.
He's a good quarterback.
He really is.
I'm giving a young man credit. Gabe Bryant's a good quarterback, good heads of quarterback, tough young man.
Third down, 9 to go. Reeltown from its own 30. Have had some success on third down tonight. This is too big to just give it a whirl. They're going to talk it over. Take a break here with a timeout on the field by Reeltown. Their first of the second half. 6:51 left to play. Tallassee 21, Reeltown 13.
instead of using mine, it can work.
Reeltown will have 3rd down and 9 from their own 30-yard line, a 21-13 score. Tallassee on top. The Battle of the Tallapoosa here in Tallassee tonight, J.E. Heidelbrand Stadium, but a great atmosphere. A lot of folks watching and listening tonight as well. They couldn't be here from all over. Reeltown used its first timeout of the second half, and I think they may be coming to check out Johnny Brown, and this is not what you want to see. He was injured a few moments ago, and they took him to the sideline. They want to get him some medical attention, so they're bringing a cart onto the sideline. And when he came off the field, it didn't look like cramps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hopeful that it's not real serious, because he's a heck of a ball player.
Yeah. Tough young man. He's been certainly a standout for the Reeltown team tonight, and you always hate to see any young man, no matter what side, no matter what rivalry, to get hurt. And we certainly are going to be wishing him well, and whatever's going on with this young man right here, and the medical attention there certainly given to him and his family will certainly be in our thoughts and prayers.
Well, tough. If you're a player, you got to try to put that out of your head. You got to play the game, and now 6:51 left in this game. Tough on either side, for sure. Yeah, we're going to probably have to spend a few moments doing this. So we're going to take another timeout here since we have a delay. Once again, Tallassee on top, 21-13. Tallassee Tigers football on WTLS, Tallassee Times TV, and Spectrum. Nah, you're all right. Yeah, go ahead and skip over to the next one, Leanne. Hey, Brad, can you find out who that player is? Because that's not Brown.
Might have been number 6, Hughley.
I don't think so. He looked like a lineman.
He looked like a big guy.
Yeah. Yeah. We never did get the actual number on the sideline, but we know that it's not Johnny Brown that was injured. So We'll try to find out more about the injury and to which player, but they were on the sideline block from our view. They have been wheeled off the field, and our thoughts and prayers certainly with them.
Yes. Don't like to see any young man get hurt out here playing the game they love to play.
No doubt. Well, it's 3rd down and about 9 to go for Reeltown from their own 30 after the stoppage. Ready to go again.
Hey, Butler, the guy they're carting off appears to be a lineman, maybe number 78. His jersey's off, but looks like maybe number 78. Last name Hill.
Yes, that's who it is.
That's
That's L.J. Hill. He kicks as well. Well, we hope he's okay. And it must have happened earlier because it didn't happen on the play we just watched. At least we didn't see anything.
Yeah, because number 5 standing right there. So.
Yeah, he was hurt earlier, and he's
Right.
at least on his feet. I don't know if Brown will come back or not, but he looked pretty banged up. He is at least standing on his own. Maybe that was cramps after all. Who knows?
For number 5, yeah, I didn't even see the one that they came and got. I didn't even see when he got hurt, so I missed that one.
Well, they're trying to get this new Polaris cart out of the south end of the end zone, and the officials are going to wait until they get it completely out of the facility, although it's off the playing field and out of the way. I think most of the fans that got that ticket tonight are still around to watch the finish of this one. They've been given a pretty good treat for their $8, don't you think?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's what you call a barn burner.
Catholic is up 34-22 now in the 3rd quarter over Pike Road in the kickoff classic at Crampton Bowl. 21-13 here. Tallassee leading, 6:51 left. Reeltown with the football, 3rd and 8.
They're going to try to hit one deep.
Rolling right, looking to pass. And they will go with a post over the middle, and the pass is there, and the catch is made, and it's probably going to go for 6. Marcus Haynes in a perfect dart thrown by Bryant, and this game is back to a 2-point difference.
As you called that play, dude.
I told you, and when he made that cut and Jalen went down, it was all she wrote.
21-19. 70-yard pass play from Bryant to Haynes. 2 touchdowns tonight on that connection. They're going for 2. Question is, are they going to call it? Look like they want to call a timeout, but I don't think they have to. They got time unless they want extra time to think about this. 6:35 left in the football game. This would tie it up. Well, that was huge. Big 3rd down. Touchdown. Now a 2-point conversion try that will tie the game. I formation, Bryant. Toss, Brooks, right side. Cuts back, cuts in, and he is in. We're tied. 21-21.
New ball game.
6:35 left to play in this one. All tied at 21. Tallassee Tigers football on WTLS, Tallassee Times TV, and Spectrum Channel 340.
Somebody's hurt.
Well, a touchdown and a two-point conversion. A big pass from Bryant to Haynes, and the conversion from Brooks. And it's 21 all. And Tallassee's number 21 went down with injury, something we saw a lot of last year. Marciano Smith aided to his feet. He walked off on his own power, but we're not sure if he'll be back tonight. We've seen some banged-up guys in this game for sure. Reeltown with a big answer there. That drive covered 90 yards, and they have tied this one up at 21 all with 6:35 left to play in the game.
Hey, guys, we better do something here quick, too.
Oh, yeah.
Something very positive.
Kicking for the Rebels, number 24, Ken Edwards. Deep for the Tigers, number 13, Washington.
Been a game of momentum swings, and it's in Reeltown's favor right now. You really can't say one team has an edge in the home field advantage because both teams have about the same number of people here tonight. This ball rolls, could go out of bounds, and it does. Boy, they got lucky there, did Tallassee. That ball almost touched one of our return men back there, and Ziggy Holloway, who's having to be back there because Marciano's out. And he was smart not to grab it. Now, Ziggy's a youngster. He's only in the 9th grade. One of the guys that can dunk a basketball, and he could do it when he was only in the 8th grade.
Hey, they've got a couple of coaches over there, guys, that are pretty confident that we touched the ball. But they were over there in the conference. It was like that. They didn't see it, so
well, it was close. The fans obviously over here felt like it was touched too, but the officials said it was out of bounds, and it's a procedure call where Tallassee can either make them kick it again from 5 yards deeper or take it at the 35, and they're going to take it at the 35.
First down, Cleveland Tigers at the 35.
Well, that could have been big, though. When you think about it, you could be on the 8-yard line or the 35 where they are. It's a big difference. 6 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Ellis is the quarterback. He will hand it off. It is Carr right up the middle, only for 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. Did we think this one was going to go into the 4th quarter?
I did.
I did. Even though it's been 17 years, I just had a feeling this was going to be a close game tonight.
I said all along it was going to be a close ball game.
Should I call out somebody that said it was going to be
No.
Okay.
We all know who the
check.
homers were.
Just checking on that.
2nd and 9. Notre Dame box, straight snap. Xavion right side run. He's upended after a yard only, and that one will bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, number 24, Ken Edwards for Reeltown was in on that play right there, and he plugged the hole, made a good stop.
Yeah, Reeltown, they've got some guys on this team that are battle tested. They've been in these type games. Last year they won a big one against Leroy in the semis. They got them to the state title game. I don't think they're at all fettered by any of this.
No, and a lot of those same guys are back on this team this year. Looks like we're going to get a timeout right here.
Time on the field taken by Tallassee with a big 3rd and 8 coming up. 5:21 to go. It's their first time out. Both teams have 2 remaining for the final 5:21. 21-21 our score. More coming up.
Third down, 8 for the Tigers. Tallassee pass complete to number 3, Renee, to gain good enough for the Tigers' first down. Stop made by number 3, Marcus Haynes.
Big pass from Ellis to Daniels on 3rd and 8. And Tallassee converts a big 3rd down. Out to the 50-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A huge conversion.
Yeah, that was a huge play right there. Good pass by Tyler Ellis to Jalen Daniels to keep the drive alive.
Now it's Carr running right side. 45, keeps his feet, spins around down inside the 40, still his feet, down to the 32. First down, Tallassee.
He's a load. Hey, he's a heavy load when he gets going downhill.
Feed him, man. Feed him. Uh-oh.
But he's still down. He's still down on the field.
I think he started catching a cramp because he was jacked up, and then he went straight back down. I think it's a cramp again. Yep.
Xavier Carr is going to need
I hope
attention.
it's just cramp.
Seen this tonight. I know it's not as hot, but still early season and a bit muggy.
Give that young man a dill pickle.
Boy, big third down conversion on the pass play to Daniels. Good throw and catch, and then a big run there by Carr has Tallassee back in business in a tie game, 21-all at the 32 of Reeltown. It'll be 1st and 10. Officials have called the timeout to look at Xavier and get him off the field. Already lost Marciano a moment ago.
I think I just seen Marciano jogging back to the huddle, though, so maybe he got over there and got him some fluids in him, and he's ready to go.
Well, this Pike Road Catholic game's a doozy as well. It's 36-34, and they're still in the third quarter. And
Well,
Pike Road with the lead now. They've moved back out in front after trailing by double digits a moment ago.
So it's back and forth,
Got a
too.
good shootout down there. Some of the other teams opening tomorrow. Wetumpka will play Prattville at Crampton Bowl in the second half of the kickoff classic. Elmore County opens its season tomorrow at Moody.
In Moody?
In Moody.
That's a long ways to go.
A little ways up. Tigers back on the field after the timeout for the injured player. They have Ellis alongside Washington in the backfield. 4:48 left in the game.
First down 10 for the Tigers at the Rebel 32.
Going empty backfield right here, Michael.
Now, flank receiver out left side is Washington. Got 4 wide, 4 receivers. 4 Ellis in a shotgun formation. Haven't seen this. And it's a straight draw, quarterback run. Nothing for Ellis. He is hit, met at the line of scrimmage, no gain, 2nd and 10.
They were just trying to fool him right there, Michael, and run a quarterback keeper, hoping that they would sail out for the pass and maybe open up a few running lanes there on that defensive line.
Well, Marciano's come back into the game for Tallassee. We're down to 4:20 now. And he's in that Wildcat. Well, no, they got Ellis in there in a shotgun. He's alongside him on the left side. Looks like somebody's out of place. It's Battles who actually has to get shuffled over to the right. They got to hurry. They got 5 seconds to get a call, and then we move. Boy, big penalty right there on a 2nd and 9. Now it's 2nd down and 14.
That's not what we needed.
Yeah, a lot of confusion there. Guys are already down in their stance. Kind of tough to sit there for a long time like that. Now it's back on the 34. Marciano, right side run. He's hit in the backfield. And he'll get a few. Didn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and about 11. Under 4 minutes left in the football game. Could this game go to overtime tonight?
Now we're going to go ahead and win it right here, Michael. Xavion's coming back in.
Carr staying in there too, so they get them set. Have to pick up the pace a little bit. There's 10 seconds to snap the ball, and got players still out of position. 5 seconds to get the snap off. And he fumbled the snap. Now Ellis running for his life. That's just throw it away, and he does. Incomplete. And the official did not call grounding. The folks on the Reeltown side thought that he should. He said there was a receiver in the area. 4th down, 3:13 left in the game.
That was.
I think you got to punt it here, don't you? I know you're on the 31-yard line, but
I'm going for the win.
it's 4th down and 10. If you could punt the football, you got all your timeouts. But we got 2 of them. You get a stop and you get the ball back. You don't want to give them the ball near midfield, possibly. Well, they're going to talk it over, use a timeout, so we'll see. Maybe they will come up with a magic potion to get a first down play here. Coaches on the Tallassee sideline have used up again their second timeout, only 1 remaining.
Yeah, they're questioning that right there. They wanted illegal grounding.
Yeah, Coach Johnson's
Xavion was out
asking
there,
for
though.
that right now. He's not going to get any help, though. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers.
Xavion was in the area. He just overthrew him.
Hey, yeah, that wasn't even close. He just about hit him in the head with the ball. Literally, I was standing perfectly in line there. He about hit him. But I could see where it would look as if where the ball landed there was nobody, but the ball zoomed right by Xavion's head. He was actually trying to get the ball to him.
Here's the big 3rd down play for the Tigers. 10 yards to go from the 31 of Reeltown. Ellis, empty set with a gun going down the middle for Goff. He missed it. A little bit too long, incomplete. He got free at the end of the route, but the ball was just a little bit too much over his head.
First down 10 for the Rebels.
And that was the 4th down play. So that means you got to turn it over on downs, and it'll be Reeltown football.
They had the right play call.
Well, it would have been a touchdown if he hit it.
Yeah. I mean,
But
he was
ifs
wide
and
open.
buts, right?
If and buts and
Well,
Merry
the
Christmas
last time we were in that situation on 4th down, we did punt it, and we punted in the end zone. You gain 10 yards. I mean, you could maybe potentially pin them back deep, but it's a chance you take if you punt it, chance you take if you go for it. It is Reeltown football now. They've got an opportunity to take this game. 21-all. They were down by 8 earlier. They tied it. They got the ball with 3:06 left in it from their own 30. And it's an end-around handoff to Hughley. Coming to the right side, and down he goes. And there's a penalty over here right in front of the official. Going to go against Reeltown. They're going to back this one up.
it's either a holding or that was almost a crackback block by their wide receiver.
Seen some penalty flags cost these teams tonight. And it is against Reeltown. Holding. So
There's your 10 yards, Michael.
that's right. Back to the 21. 2:58 on the clock left in this game, at least in regulation. First and 20.
Do not let them get over the top of you.
Well, Tallassee's playing that tight defense. They don't have anybody back deep. Toss sweep right side. And it will be out across the 26 to the 27, a run by Hughley. Nice run, but still, because of the holding penalty, they're behind the chains. It's 2nd down and 13.
You think Reeltown's playing for the overtime right here?
I don't know.
Not going to do anything risky.
Depends on what happens in the next few plays. If they get a big play, they won't be.
Hey, they're fixing to try to pop that play again. They saw us tight on the line right there. You're right, Butler. We had everybody within 3 yards of the doggone line of scrimmage. That's dangerous right here.
I think so, too. 2 minutes.
Right here, number 3.
Yep.
And now they're in a shotgun formation, possibly a passing play. No, they're going to run with Hughley left side. He's going to take it out across the 35 to the 36. And boy, you're talking about who's going to have the surge late in this game. Reeltown showing they still got some. Under 2 minutes left in the game, 1:38 to go.
Yeah, their offensive line is getting a good push right now. And our defensive line needs to just kind of step up and dig their cleats in right here and get a push. And
Third down.
Try to get a different line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd and 6. Ball at the 36 of Reeltown. 1:20 Clock winding down, still ticking. Time is called by Realtown. We'll take a break. 1:05 to go, 21-21 our score.
Their second timeout of the half.
Something in it.
Defense got to step up.
1 minute, 5 seconds left in this fourth quarter of play. It's 21 all. Realtown with third down, 6 to go from their own 36-yard line. Bryant from the shotgun formation.
Right here. Come on, Jalen, stay with him.
It's a quarterback keeper right into the heart of the defense. He will not get anything, so fourth down coming up. Tallassee has a timeout. Will they use it?
He got about 2 yards, Michael.
Yeah, 4th and 4. They're not going for it here. I can guarantee you that, not from their own 38.
No. They're going to run this down as far as they can and punt.
Yeah, and I think Tallassee's content with that, ready for overtime, because they're not using a timeout. You would think maybe, would you want to try to go for it or try to go after the punt, or, you know, you potentially get a penalty if you run into them and then they got a Hail Mary shot. Who knows?
Hey, how fitting is it that we look to be headed to overtime?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yep.
There's no question, Michael. This has certainly lived up to the hype. 21-21 with 19 seconds left to go in the ball game.
They call a timeout with 19, and before the delay of game was going to be used, so no more timeouts for Realtown. I don't know if it really matters. 19.4 left in the fourth quarter. It looks like we're going to overtime if nothing crazy happens in this last 19.4 seconds.
Overtime.
And I wonder if you even send anybody back to get the kick. I don't know if I'd even fool with it.
I wouldn't run the risk of fumbling.
Yeah.
I just make sure they didn't try some fake right here and stop that and play for overtime.
I just can't see them doing that. That'd be really, really wild.
Would you go ahead and go after it with 19 seconds left, even if you get a penalty? They've got.
Well, that's what I was just talking about. Maybe, but then again, what if you get a 15-yard penalty? Bryant's got an arm. They've hit some big passes tonight. He's got a chance to heave one in the end zone if you do
well,
that.
If
you
happens,
get a penalty.
You put everybody back. You play safety. And
yeah, but it's still a good chance that
it's a risk. It's
a risk. It is. I'm thinking you just play for OT.
Yeah, I think right now I'm playing for overtime. And I'm not a play for overtime kind of guy, but right now I think that's what you got to do.
Well, whistles to signal play back in as the officials broke up the huddle, I guess. Here comes Realtown back onto the field to attempt to punt, I assume. 4th down and 4 from their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, they're in that punt safe right now.
Yeah, Tallassee not got anybody back. That's probably smart. Here's Bryant. You don't want to snap it over his head if you're Realtown, whatever.
Well, the punter is the quarterback, so you got to remember that.
And he will kick it, and nobody back there for it. Just going to roll inside the 20-yard line. And down at the 16. And the clock never started for some reason.
Now, y'all can boo us for the clock if you want to, but there's officials sitting up there supposed to start that. That ain't got nothing to do with Tallassee.
Yeah, I don't know. He was asleep at the wheel there for some reason.
Yeah.
You're going to have to probably take about at least 10 seconds off, I would think.
Yeah.
That ball rolled for a while.
That's on the official there. I mean, I understand why they're booing because he didn't start the clock like he should have.
Hey, y'all wait till we get to Facebook tonight.
You doggy. I think I'm going to stay off, Brad.
You're kidding me.
They'll fix it. They got to, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they got
I think
to.
it's going to let it wind down and tell him when to stop it.
There, yeah.
And stops it at 9.2.
9.2.
I don't think it's going to matter anyway. Tallassee's just going to probably take a knee.
If you're smart, I don't know. I might try to break a long run right here, catch him napping. But you certainly don't want to fumble it. You better hold on to that ball.
Another shout out, Emma and Ellie Betts. Glad they're staying up with us late tonight. And all the others for what's going to be an instant classic here. The knee, and it is time for overtime. We'll take a quick break, and we'll bring it to you next right here on WTLS, Tallassee Times TV, and Spectrum.
Who would have ever thought?
Hey, you're going to go on the field for this, Brads. They'll do a coin toss. Try to get, if you can somehow try to get a sight from us to the mic so we don't get that breakup like we had a minute ago. I know you were trying. Maybe you come on this side of him instead of the other side.
And point the butt end of the mic towards us.
I was, guys, was it breaking up because of the other mic? I was fine until he moved his mic in there. That's what I thought.
I think there was some interference on his mic,
Yeah,
too. I
'cause
think that's right.
yeah.
But just come on this side anyway, just to be fair.
Okay.
Who would have ever thought? Battle of the Tallapoosa goes to
who? I didn't hear you.
overtime.
What'd you say? All right. Hello, Andrew Presley, another one of our listeners and viewers tonight. We've had a great response on our broadcast and webcast. Glad you're with us. And Brad said it a moment ago, it couldn't be more fitting. Why not? Let's play another frame here. Overtime coming up, and a 21-21 score in this Tallassee Reeltown game after 4 quarters. So the captains are going to the middle of the field. Now, you remember earlier that L.J. Hill was one of the captains for Reeltown, but he was injured. So he has now got Logan Lee out there for him and Will Smith for Tallassee for this coin toss.
Toss my coin, you get to call the toss. Okay, I'm going to hit the ground again. Get choices of offense, defense, or which end of the field we want to play on. Okay, those are your 3 choices. Those are the only 3 you get. This is the only choice we're going to have. Whoever wins the toss gets to make that choice. Then whoever goes on offense, the next team is going to play 4 downs offense. Bring defense out, offense out for the other team. We're going to play 4 downs for them. If it doesn't work, we're going to start all over again. Okay, we're good? Okay, you got a choice for me? I can't hear you. What'd he say? Yes, it is.
All right. So Tallassee wins the toss. It chooses, like most teams do in overtime, to play second on defense first, which means they'll know what they have to do when they get the football. And in high school rules, they put the ball on the 10-yard line, and that's where you go, just like first down from there. So here it goes. Reeltown will have it first. Then Tallassee will have it next.
It's where defense got to step up.
We play till there's a winner.
You got to tighten up your bootstraps right here, boys.
All right, well, let's see what you're made of. You got to think about this part of it, too, the kicking game. If you get stopped on 3 downs, do you try to kick, and that could be a big part of this as well, how confident you are in that kicking game, and it could be a difference. I know Tallassee won a game here on a kick in overtime, and overtime was in the playoffs against Thomasville here a few years back when they kicked the field goal from short range by Quentin Jeter.
I seem to remember that call.
Yeah. Well, here is Reeltown first. They're going towards the north end zone. Wishbone. Bryant. Toss left side. Brown. Like it might have been a hold there. No call, and down he goes. Great defensive play. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Dante Leonard on the stop.
Yeah, it's now second down and about 12 or 13.
Second and goal from the 12 or 13.
Yeah, so that was a good read by our defense. And like you said, Michael, they did definitely have a hold right there. But the ref swallowed the flag.
They did spot it at the 12, so second down play coming up for Reeltown. Same formation with a wishbone set. Full house backfield. It is going to be a handoff to Brown left side. He's got room. He gets to the corner. He gets to the end zone. And it is a touchdown, I guess. I'm waiting for the call. Did they ever say?
Oh, yeah, guys. This is
Whitehead called a touchdown.
Okay, I never saw the hands go up.
Yeah.
All right, touchdown Reeltown. Now the extra point. This could be crucial as well. This is big.
I'm not sure if they're going for one or two right here, Michael. They might be going for two.
Now they got 26 on the scoreboard. It should be 27-21. Somebody can't count up there.
That's that new math.
And they are, let's see, it looks like they are going for two. This is going to be an I formation set for Bryant, twin receivers to the right side. And looks like both teams moved. Reeltown moved first before Tallassee came across and made them. It should be against the offense, but I'm not sure.
Their running backs acting like it's against them.
It is a procedure against the offense. And now that makes it a little tougher to go for two.
And the kicking ain't been real up to snuff tonight, so.
They may go for it anyway with 2-point conversion right here. Looks like they're not going to bring the kicker on the field.
Yeah, y'all remember that tight end dump they did earlier?
I do.
Yep.
27-21, Reeltown scores on its second play in overtime. A chance to make it an 8-point game if they make this conversion. Same formation, they just move the receivers to the left side. And they'll bring Brown in motion out of the slot. Eye set. Bryant looks to pass, throws towards the end zone. It is intercepted, and the conversion fails. It was intercepted by Washington, who made the nice play. And now Tallassee needs a touchdown and a conversion. 27-21, Reeltown lead. Tigers will get it at the 10-yard line. Both of these teams have won this game 8 times each, 16 meetings in all. Haven't played since 2003. Reeltown's on a 4-game win streak.
Yes, they are. Let's end that
Trying
right
to make
here.
it 5. What a comeback they've had tonight. It was 21-13 in the second half. They scored a touchdown, got a 2-point conversion. So here's Tallassee. What kind of offense will they put on the field for this?
Box.
Looks that way. And who's all going to be out there? There have been some players in and out tonight.
I beef up the offensive line, and I run it right at him and make them
Xavier
stop.
Carr, watch out for him. He's back there. He's going to get it, look right, looking for room to run. Not much there. He now gets around the right side, goes out of bounds inside the 10. There's a flag in the backfield. He went out about the 6. But this one may be going back, and that will certainly change Tallassee's offensive scheme up now. We'll see, though. Waiting for the call.
Yeah, now you're going to have like first down and 20.
Long debate down there. And the white hat still is yet to give us an indication. Now he will say holding against Tallassee.
Actually, first down and about 22, or first and goal from the 22. Let me rephrase that.
I think you got to almost change the offense up to the passing offense now, don't you?
Don't have no choice.
Well, they don't have Ellis in the field. So they're sticking with the ball. It must be some type of trick play potentially coming up. It's the halfback pass. Throwing it back the other way. Nobody was there. That could have drawn a grounding call. There is no penalty flag, though. DeMonte Washington, Duke, was about taken out right there as he tried to throw backside. There was nobody even there. It's supposed to be somebody running a route that way.
Yep.
I don't know if they got knocked off the ball at the line of scrimmage or what. It is second down and goal from the 23 of Reeltown. 27-21, Reeltown has scored their touchdown. They missed on the two-point try. Now you got Xavion back there in the Wildcat. Handoff left side. Jalen Daniels down he goes. He's hit at the line, will not get anything, and it is third down and goal from the 23. All right, you got 2 plays to score now. And time on the field. So, you got timeouts. You might as well use them. Can't take them with you. So Tallassee, I was a little surprised, to be honest with you, that when they had the holding penalty, they didn't scrap the run offense and bring Ellis on the field. And he has not been on the field because he's the passing quarterback. And I know why they didn't do it on second down. They tried the halfback pass, but when it was third down, second. After the sack, they came back on the field there, and we're going to go third down with the same offense, at least the look. So I'm expecting that they may try something else, and I'm just kind of scratching my head here. I don't know.
I can't know either, Michael. So, hey, you got 2 plays to get it in the end zone because there ain't no first down, so.
All right, well, here you go. Third down and goal from the 23. And they do have Ellis on the field at quarterback. They have Marciano Smith in the backfield beside him. You have Duke Washington out wide to the left. Jalen Daniels in the slot to the left and Battles on the right side. And they're going to throw for Washington to the end zone. Ball in the air. Ballador knocked away, incomplete. It'll be fourth down. Fourth down and goal from the 23. It comes down to this play right here. Well, you got Duke Washington who can jump as high as anybody.
Yeah.
Get a jump ball for him. You like that situation one-on-one, but it was good defense back there.
And you might have to go back to that play again. You don't really have no.
And you got Markevius Smith matching up with Duke on the left side. And here's Ellis. It looks like he wants to run the same play, and he'll just throw it down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. And this game is over, and Reeltown has won it by a score of 27-21 in overtime. And the Rebels celebrate on the field. Their fans here standing as the Battle of the Tallapoosa is returned, and the king of the Tallapoosa are the Reeltown Rebels. We'll come back with your Community Home Health and Hospice post-game after this on WTLS Tallassee Times TV and Spectrum Channel 34.
Hey, Butler, I'm not sure talking to Coach Battle is a good thing right now.
We can't hear you, man.
All right.
What are you saying, Brad?
Talking to Coach Battles is out.
Why?
He's walking off the field.
Yeah. He's,
Go get him. Go tell him he'll come on. Now you got to go get him, though. You can't just walk away from him. Well, if you can't get him, get Matt Johnson. I'll bet you he talk. What time you got? 10 o'clock yet? All right. Who's your player of the game? Xavion?
Gotta be.
Does it?
I would think so.
Yeah. Well,
He looked pretty good out there tonight.
yeah. Well, however you slice it up, this was one whale of a football game tonight. And it went to overtime, and Reeltown comes out victorious 27-21. And the Rebels started the 2020 season off pretty well. Tallassee, an unfortunate heartbreak loss in overtime, and still a lot of season left. I guess, that's no solace tonight for the Tiger fans, but nonetheless, glad this scheduled game is back on the slate. And, be back over in Reeltown next year. But what a game. It went back and forth. Both teams put it all out there. And what an atmosphere. It's a road team that comes in here, and it's like a home crowd.
Yeah, I mean, tip your hat to them. I mean, the young men from Reeltown played their hearts out. I think the guys from Tallassee played their hearts out. We just came up short right there at the end. And, hey, that's the game of football, and there's a lot of what-ifs in that ball game right there. Got to go back to the drawing board and get ready to play again next week.
Stephen, you got some statistics for us here?
Yeah, total offense, Reeltown 322, Tallassee 271, passing, Reeltown 163 to Tallassee's 29. Rushing, Reeltown 159. Tallassee actually had 242 yards rushing. Penalties, Reeltown 9 for 65, Tallassee 6 for 35. Turnovers, Tallassee had the one turnover. You got to give Reeltown credit. I mean, they made the plays when it counted.
They did.
And they pulled it off and stopped us when they needed to.
Well, that was the sign of a veteran team. Like Michael said, they were in a tight ball game against Leroy last year in the semifinals to make it to the finals and had to come back and win that ball game. They did the same thing tonight. They were behind. They had to dig deep, tighten up the bootlaces, and they found something in them, and they came back and won the ball game. You got to tip your hat to Coach Johnson and the boys. We come out on the short end of the stick. Certainly would have liked to have won that ball game, but we didn't. And like I said, you just got to go back to the drawing board and get ready for next week.
You hate for the rust to come out in the fourth quarter, and that's what happened to Tallassee. The rust kind of came out in the second half of the fourth quarter with penalties and indecision on offense.
This has become a tradition, climbing along, getting on the scoreboard pick. Reeltown is doing it now. We've seen it before. I know you participated in one of these yourself, Philip, when Tallassee broke a long streak with the Rebels here. Reeltown's enjoying theirs right now. 27-21 final in overtime. Our Spectrum player of the game tonight for Tallassee was Xavion Carr. He scored the first 2 touchdowns in the game, won a huge long run. But it was not enough for the Tigers tonight as they come up just a hair short in overtime by 6, 27-21. Well, the guys in the scoreboard show have got some crow to eat, I think. So that's coming up next.
Yes.
Be listening for that. They'll be taking your calls. Y'all bring them in. That's till 11 o'clock tonight. For the crew here, for Brad Davis, Stephen Osborne, Philip Nelson, Jacoby Cole, for our producer Leanne Butler, Michael Butler, thanking you for listening and watching tonight. Once again, your final score, Reeltown 27, Tallassee 21 in overtime.